So this question is from the Primary Mathematics Practice Book 3B, page 88. So we are solving a word problem that involves length, mass and volume. So now we start off understanding the question, knowing what do we know from this question, what information was given and what we are finding. So from the question we do know that Mr. Ho had some grapes. 350 grams of grapes were thrown away. He packed the remaining grapes into 8 boxes, and each box had 520 grams of grapes. Okay? And how much grapes did Mr. Ho at first? We have to give our answer in kilograms and grams. Okay, so there's a plenty of information that was given. So what we are finding is how much Mr. Ho had at first. Okay, so now we go to the next step. We have to plan how do we represent the question to understand it better. Okay, so first we might want to attempt to show how to show he has some grapes. So probably I would want to draw a model, a very long model, because he's doing a lot of things with the grapes, right? So I would like to draw a long model representing all the grapes. So second sentence, he threw away some of the grapes. So of these are the grapes, he threw away some of them. So how to show that he have thrown them away? You cut a portion of it. You can indicate above. What did he do? This is what he threw away. Okay, and what is the value of this? This will be 350 grams. Alright, then thereafter, where's the remaining? So now we have to find where's the remaining. After he threw this away, where will be the remaining grapes? This will be the remaining grapes. Okay, whatever here will be the remaining grapes. Okay, so this is the remaining. Let me highlight the remaining. Let me use a bigger width. Okay, this will be the remaining grapes. Okay, remaining, yeah, this will be the remaining grapes. So what did he do with these remaining grapes? He packed them into 8 boxes. So whatever that's left, we group it into 8 equal groups. Alright, and these 8 groups, in this case 8 boxes, each of them, each means one box at 520. So we do know that this is 520, this is 520 as well. All the 8 boxes, each of them would have 520 grams of grapes. Okay, so now the question asks, how much grapes did Mr. Ho have at first? So in the model, where is it at first? At first means whatever he had in all. That's what he had at first, right? So this will be our question mark. Okay, so now we managed to break the question down into a model to understand it better. So now we have to carry out the computations and the equations. So the first part will be, we need to find out how much grapes are there here. Okay, there are 8 boxes and every box at 520. So we have a few options. We can either start adding them one by one, which I will strongly discourage you to do so, because this is a very long and tedious step. You have to add 520 8 times. Correct, this is what you have to start adding. I don't think you want to do this. So instead of this, we have learned a more efficient method to do it, which is to use multiplication. So since there are 8 of them, we can multiply 8 groups of 520. Or some of you will be writing 520 times 8. Alright, they have the same meaning. Okay, they are equivalent. 8 times 520 is the same as 520 times 8. So we just have to write one of them. In this case, I will stick to this. Then we'll do our multiplication. Alright, so 8 times 0, you have 0. 8 times 2, you have 16. 8 times 5, you have 40. You add 1, you have 41. So you have 4,160. Alright, and you need to add in whatever he threw away. Okay, so you do know now that this is a 4,160. That's not what he had at first. Remember, he threw away 350. So you have to add that 350 in. Okay, let's do our working as well. It's important to do your working and show it clearly by the side. Okay, so you have 0 plus 0, 0, 6 plus 5, 11, 1 plus 3, 1 plus 1 plus 3, that will be 5. Then 4 plus nothing, you still have 4. So you have 4,510. Okay, so is that the answer? Can I put 4,510 here? If you look at the question again, remember, don't rush to put in the answer. Always check again. What does the question want? How much grade Mr. Ho at first? Yes, I managed to get that. But they want you to give your answer in kilograms and grams. So what we have here, these are all grams, because we've been working with all the grams, am I right? We have not changed anything to kilograms. So now the next question to be asking yourself will be the basic conversion. 1 kilogram equals to 1,000 gram. So in 4,510, we do know that 4,510 equals to 4,000 gram plus 510 gram. This 4,000 gram will give us 4 kg, and this will be the remaining 510 gram. So this will be your answer: 4 kilograms 510 grams. Okay, so now we check whether the answer is reasonable. So if we check through, when we understand the question, every box have 520, I will have 8 boxes and I have 350 left. I put everything together. That looks reasonable. Am I able to check back? Yes, I can. So how can I check back would be, if you want to check, you can be taking your answer here. How you can check back here will be to take your 4,510, you start to subtract based on the question. Okay, so now you know here sum grades. You don't even need the sum anymore. You know that you 4,510 gram of grapes. So he used 350. So you can do your working. You subtract with 350. You notice that you get your 4,160. Correct? So you know you're correct here. Okay, then what does he do with the remaining grapes? He grouped it into 8 groups. So you divide by 8 and you check whether if each box is that 520 as mentioned. So if you're going to do your long division, you take your 4,160, you divide by 8. You notice that you will get your 520, which is whatever that's mentioned in the question. So you know you're on the right track. Okay, so that's the end of this video recording.